Okay. Do you need a protein shake after your gym shift?
Yeah, so someone asked me the other day,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have protein. Yeah,
Okay,
I've got to come from the gym. I need my protein. I can't go to the gym.
Okay, glad. Yep. Okay. Yeah, and so you're saying, does everyone need it?
Mm-hmm.
No. No. So if you're a dietitian and people are coming to you and they're saying those things and you're telling them, yes, you need protein, you're wrong. They don't need it. Only particular...
No WPI?
So WPI, also known as whey protein isolate, is probably the most researched form of protein, which definitely has greater results in muscle recovery post-exercise. But most people can get the amount of protein that they require from their next meal. They don't have to add in a supplement. A lot of people can get the required amount of protein, which is usually around 20 grams, give or take, depending female size, all of that.
What about if I'm not going to eat my next meal for 3 hours?
If you're not going to eat your next meal for 3 hours, so they say that the window post-exercise is around 2 hours or 1 to 2 hours. What the research all these protein advocates don't tell you that carbohydrates actually assist with recovery as much as almost as protein. It's actually the leucine in the protein. It is most important, around 3 grams per serve post-workout. So if you weren't eating for 3 hours, it's more difficult. A lot of people have BCAAs these days, but more full proteins probably advocated for these days. A lot of chocolate milk is getting around, but I wouldn't really advocate for that too much just because of the calories that come in. If you're going to do it, choose a low fat or create one yourself. But back to the question of, do we need it? Do we need a supplement post? No. Do you need protein post? No. If you don't have to have a recurrent effort within 24 hours. Most of the time after 24 hours, you would have been able to recover effectively enough that it won't matter. If you're someone that's looking to gain a lot of muscle and you have higher requirements, and yeah, sure, maybe you're training 2 hours and you're not going to eat unless you have that, then yeah, it becomes relevant, but then it becomes individual. It's not something that I go, all right, you're in, you go to gym, WPI. And most of the time I take people off just about every supplement under the sun. So many people taking protein powders and BCAAs and creatine and all these pre-workouts. Don't get me started, but that'll be like 4-part series. But in terms of, post-workout, a lot of people have gainers and things that fat metabolize and cut, and there's a lot of fitness models now. I saw one last night, it was burning me up inside before I went to bed. I was fuming. I just resisted commenting, but talking about just spouting some crap about how it helps her hormones post-workout, and that really helps her appetites be suppressed because of the hormonal regulation caused by this supplement.
Just the fact of she's had something to eat after she's worked out, right?
There's a lot that was wrong with what she said, but it doesn't stop the 6 million people that follow her on Instagram to believe it and probably buy the supplement. I get it, but you're getting sold lies. You do not need it. So as a dietitian, it's your place to advocate for not doing it when it's not relevant, and to ensure if you did not know the answer to that question, you need to do some research in sports nutrition, clinical sports nutrition text, get that. It's pretty mint. Or just go on the SDA website and learn more there. We'll probably put some up on our website as well around that. But if you don't know and you're not confident in that arena whatsoever, then refer on to a sports dietitian. Definitely the best way to do it. But long story short, no. No.
And just to throw a spinner.
Okay, here we go.
Because that's my job. It's hugely determined by genetics. Simple as that. So, like, some people are better at maintaining and gaining muscle, irrespective of diet. You can manipulate the diet and definitely impact the genetic potential, but that's a huge factor. It's like, why do people gain better and lose better than other people? So therefore,
that's different to probably the question you're talking. If a guy comes in, and I don't know if many of you know Zyzz. He was a dude who died from an overdose, but he was this guy, very ripped guy, stereosonic. Think of that. He's like that type of dude, short shorts and Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know, mutton. That's what it's called.
T-Rex arms.
It's like this thing that they do. It's friggin' weird. I don't know how to do it, and that's why I'm so jacked. But
because you've had protein.
But basically, a lot of people. I've actually had people come in and show me photos of me, and go, "I want to look like that." And when Peter's talking about genetic potential, that's part of it. But then a lot of people see these people on Instagram now. He was probably just before the Instagram boom. And they don't realise that these people are probably injecting steroids, testosterone, peptides, and a bunch of other stuff to kind of get to that level. And their genetic potential is kind of being manipulated. But from an individual level, if you're going to do it safely, you need to talk to your client about what is actually realistic. Definitely try and get them to their goal or the best version of themselves, but talk more around that. So changing their frame of mind around this is what I want to look like to, all right, let's just work on gaining muscle every single time that you see me, decreasing skin folds and fat mass every time you see me, and then they just see themselves in the mirror from that point forward. I guess something that's kind of starting to get talked about now is this male eating disorder. I know this has kind of takes a different tack from this powder thing, but it's probably something I'm a little bit passionate about because I don't think it's really talked about, is that dudes are getting this, forget the coin term off the top of my head right now.
It's like, gender type, needing to be...
Yeah, I know what, there's some word for it, but pretty much where they see themselves as big, but then there's always the next goalpost and the next goalpost, and they constantly want to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And at the end, it ends up being...
Dysmorphia, body dysmorphia.
Body dysmorphia, yeah. So is that classified as an eating disorder yet?
Yeah, except the other way. No.
It's not yet, but yeah, it's
disordered eating. But they would have disordered eating.
It's definitely disordered eating.
Tendencies,
I think they're trying to classify it. But anyway, disordered eating, and it ends up affecting their lives really in a bad way.
And then the only way they can maintain that is to be on X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, so injecting muscle stuff, waste a lot of money, lose relationships, and stop doing social events because they need to go in the gym and get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
So if you start to see those flags with some of your clients, and there may be conversations to have.
And I've done that. There's been a couple of guys that have been like that, that you just got to have that conversation. And they kind of step back and go, oh shit, like, okay. They don't really know how to take it initially, so you've got to ride that wave. And
it's ultimately a hard thing. Like if we're in private practice and we want to make money, then ultimately these people have a goal in mind and they'll come back and see you religiously. But obviously here comes the ethical dilemma in terms of needing to have that conversation with someone, and potentially that might change the relationship, or they may not want to come back, or whatever it might be. But we're good, and we actually have a code of practice and ethics that we stick by. So,
yeah, and I guess with that as well, like if you're going to go the ethical route, so you're talking to them about it, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to talk to them and say, no, I'm not going to help you because I'm not going to help you do that. Like you doing that is probably going to end up far worse, because whether you like it or not, they're going to do it without you. So it's better to
be part of it.
Yeah, be a part of it. Talk to them about it. Help them, with their goal, while you're also helping them, like psychologically, whether we like it or not. And we probably aren't trained as much as we probably should in counselling and all of that nature. But talking to them about it, even just, not clinically, but just talking to them and giving an ear to what they're saying, and maybe relaying and questioning some of the stuff that they're doing and some of the things that they're saying, they might start to realise in themselves, and then they might seek further help or ask you to help them seek further help.
And if you see flags like that in any consult, slowly, so if someone comes in like, I'm on a paleo diet, generally my response is, oh yeah, cool. So, yes, all right, that might be what I would suggest that they would be doing, but that's okay. I'm going to see you for X number of visits. I'm going to work slowly at starting to change some of those viewpoints, and then instead of, portraying my views on their diet and then me starting to antagonize all of that, get them offside, come to the party, see if you can kind of influence some of them and then gradually work on them. A lot of dietitians will then put their spin or, the way they feel about a certain food or whatever onto them, and then instill fear and even further, worsen that condition that they've got. So, it's always being mindful that they've come to you for advice, not for you to tell on them. And then gradually getting there is about building and establishing a relationship. That might be done within 2 visits, and all of a sudden you've got the best relationship when you have that conversation. But that just comes down to the skill of the practitioner and how you will go about, having that conversation.
And it depends on the client, it depends on you. And like sometimes you do it in one, you do it in the first consult. But it depends on the client and what they're kind of doing, as well as their body language and the history and everything. But and it's hard. It's not an easy thing, especially if they're talking about injecting like testosterone and stuff, like that ethical dilemma of like, oh, what do I do? Thankfully, none of the people that have done that are looking to be elite athletes or go for national gigs or anything like that. I would steer those people away immediately. But for those weekend warriors that come in and they're used to all their mates doing it and their PTs or whoever else has recommended it to them. Not all PTs do it, I get it, but some do. It's a hard conversation to have, but you are better to be part of the journey than to push them away, and then they're left out in the wind, and they're probably going to be far worse off than if they were with you. So anyway, that took a bit of a turn from the initial, do you need whey protein or do you need protein after work?
I like those deviations.
But hopefully that helped. That's it for question time today. But if you have any questions, please keep asking. This is the email right there to send it to. No matter what question it is, we'll do our best to answer it over the next coming weeks. Cool. See ya.